Look at this turnout. What have we got banners from? ASLEF, the NEU, the FBU, I saw a Unison one, NASUWT, RMT, ASLEF again. The banners are fantastic. Freeze prices, not people. Never trust a Tory. You know it's bad when the introverts start protesting. I love that one. But I've got to say, there's one set of banners here that I don't agree with. The ones that say fuck the Tories. Not even with a hazmat suit would I fuck a Tory. So you'll have all seen Kwasi's mini budget. I hate to see the big one. When we all had that little pang in our hearts, didn't we? You know, those poor bankers who've suffered only with 2 holiday homes. They're now had their cap lifted so they can have private jets as well. And, you know, let's Jo earlier, she was saying about everybody clapping for the key workers. All those Tories clapping, making sure their social media was out there. Let's take a leaf out of their book and every Thursday night clap for the energy companies instead of paying your bill. And we're seeing the Tories massively unpopular. And there's some good stuff coming out about Great British Energy and other things. But let's not stop there, because all of our utilities, there is billions every year siphoned out of them into tax havens and bank accounts in the Cayman Islands. This is key infrastructure. This is the thing that powers our lives, powers our economy. Let's have it back, owned by the public, run in the interests of the people in this country who do the work. And you might have heard a rumour that Labour politicians are now on picket lines. Well, I've been supporting the NEU. And it was interesting, so I was up at the girls' school, and I got an email from the CEO saying all the stuff about why they were wonderful. So I replied back and said, well, tell that to the union, and why don't you pay the teachers the pension they deserve? And the UCU have been on their picket line in their fight against casualisation. The National Union of Journalists, and that was an interesting one. A lot of the journalists who write stories about lefties like me, standing there on the picket line, shoulder to shoulder with them, and they're saying, yeah, I think you're right all along, Jamie. Labour Party conference in Liverpool, standing with the Unite workers and the dockers, with the GMB against their fight against fire and rehire. And in 20 minutes' time, I'm going to be down there with the RMT and ASLEF and TSSA and the CWU, their fight for decent pay and decent conditions. Because Liz was right. Even if your workplace isn't unionised, you benefit from what the trade unions do. They set the benchmark for pay and terms and conditions. Their fight is your fight, whoever you are. And what are they fighting for? Is it wrong to want to feed your family? Well, you know these things you hear, you know, train drivers, oh, they're getting like reasonably well paid. So what? Shouldn't the people who do the work in this country be well paid? Is it wrong to not have to worry about have you got money left at the end of the month? Is it wrong to want to go on holiday somewhere nice? Shouldn't we, the people who do this work, get these benefits? Because in the end, this is about dignity and fair pay. And I see a lot more politicians than most of you, and I have to work with them. And, you know, it's not easy being diplomatic at times. But we can do things. There is no reason it has to be like this. Every job we create at the North of Tyne, we back it with our Good Work pledge that says trade unions are involved, that there is no fire and rehire, no 0 hours contracts, everybody's on the minimum wage, and everybody gets mental health support and education and training at work. And, you know what, I'm not going to leave Newcastle. And Labour MPs should be on picket lines, and Labour MPs are. Like Ian Mearns was there, and Kate Osborne was there, and Emma Lilbuck was there, and Mary Foy was there, and Graham Morris was there, and a guy who knows more about picket lines than any of us, who's been in a prison cell fighting for workers, Ian Lavery, he was there. So, Kwasi's crashed the economy. And today, Simon Clarke, a cabinet minister, said Britain should prepare for a new era of austerity. They have no mandate for this. Every one of these trade unions has smashed that ballot. But Liz Truss was elected by 47% of the Tory members. She doesn't even have a mandate from the Tory party for what she's doing. 45 billion in tax cuts. The Bank of England had to magic up, through quantitative easing, 65 billion quid just to stop our pensions collapsing. They're big numbers, but it comes down to real things. The mortgage collapse. Someone contacted me. Said, Jamie, my son, 32, he's been saving up for 10 years to get a deposit for his house. Now all the mortgages have collapsed. He's going to move to Spain with his partner. Talking to people who are saying, you know, attendance is dropping from kids. They're just truancy. They're not turning up at school towards the end of the month. And we try to find out why. And it's because they can't afford the bus fare. We're hearing, I was talking to Mark Drayford, he was saying that he was in a school and he saw a little girl drawing a picture of fields, because that's what they're doing in the class. And someone had said, oh, and where does the food come from? And she said, food banks. Because this is so endemic. This is not new. This has been going on for 12 years now, and it's getting worse. We have social care workers not even paid for the time between appointments, not paid for their travel. They've stopped asset stripping our public services. They're now asset stripping our children and our parents and our futures. And the money's there to fix this, by the way. All we need to do is impose a wealth tax. So this is a time of chaos. The battle lines are drawn. Let's register to vote. Let's get the Tories out. But we can't wait 28 months. And you know what? I think I say this every time I speak at the monument. Don't try and lobby Tory politicians. Replace them with us. So let's salute all the trade unionists and all the activists and the Acorn campaigners and everybody else who's standing and fighting right now. The battle lines are drawn. We stand together. Enough is enough.